all of us get activated when we have to deal with someone else's distress. And so part of this episode is going to help you as a parent or a caregiver better deal with little ones when they are in overwhelm and in distress. And so we're going to help you manage their big feelings. If you've ever thought about, like, why is my child melting down over the wrong color cup? Or why do they hit when they're mad? You know, these little moments of what seems to us as an adult as so erratic, and we wonder, well, you're not alone, because today we're going to explore why these behaviors happen and what they're really telling us, and of course, how to respond in ways that will build resilience and connection for you in your child's relationships. So let's first talk about the neuroscience a little bit and why big feelings happen. The truth is, all behavior is communication, and all behavior is predicated by emotions. So for those of you who don't want to understand or discuss emotions, well, sorry, we're biologically wired to first be emotional beings, and we're feeling beings, not thinking beings. Our emotions are first. Gabor Mate reminds us that every bad behavior is the result of an unmet need. And I so love that quote because it then employs us to become really good investigators. What are we needing to understand? What needs are not being met? And we have to be curious because kids aren't giving us a hard time. They're just having a hard time. And so our job is to get curious and figure out what is it that they're having a hard time about. One of the people that I follow on Instagram, her name is Jessica Milburn, and she's got a channel called Responsive Parenting. And I really like a lot of what she says. And she says behavior is the language of the nervous system. So our nervous system is communicating whatever it is that we're feeling and ultimately then how we act. And so when kids act out, they're saying, I'm overwhelmed. And without knowing how to ask for help, that's really what we're saying is I need help, and this is how I'm communicating that. Dr. Dan Siegel explains in The Whole Brain Child that young children's upstairs brain, that's the part that manages logic and self-control, it's still under construction. Keep in mind, when we're born, only 25% of our brain is developed. And so it's small so that it can fit through our head is small so it can fit through the birth canal. And in those very early years, our brain is literally still being built. And so when big feelings hit, that downstairs brain, which is like emotion and survival, takes over. And that's why reasoning in the middle of a tantrum or when our child or children are overwhelmed or in distress is ineffective. And so we really, as the adult, need to recognize we don't have an audience at all when someone is in distress. So, for example, if the toddler throws a toy across the room, it's not defiance, it's really just system dysregulation. Their nervous system is totally flooded, and really they need your calm to find theirs. They need you to help them co-regulate. And so if we come in hot with all of our aggression because we're frustrated, well, then they match pitch and they end up being part in that dynamic with you. And so what we want to look at is that connection should happen before correction. Another really awesome figure in the public space about parenting is Dr. Becky Kennedy, and she's the author of Good Inside, and I just love really everything she has to say with parenting. So she's an excellent resource. I highly encourage you checking her out.